That's not what she said.
All right, everybody, welcome to another Tie Guy Sports Jeopardy night. So far, we got Mike Ford, a Michigan man. We got Will Cloud, the Notre Dame guy. And
What's
we
up,
got
everyone?
Tony Altmore, USC.
Hey guys.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good.
No.
VCU, we won. I was at the game. We took down UMass. I believe it was
Nice win.
84-55. I think that was the final score. It was pretty much of a beatdown at the end there, but it was fun.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice work.
Yeah, we're taking on
Go Rams.
Yeah, we're taking on our rival Richmond on Friday, so hopefully we can stay in first place.
Crosstown
The
rivalry.
Spiders.
Yeah.
The Spiders.
The Richmond Spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Will, do they play that somewhere special for the
No,
crosstown?
home and home. They used to do it in the Coliseum, but the Coliseum's old now, so it's just home and home.
Okay, nice.
So, did you guys like the NFL playoffs this weekend? There were some really good games.
I almost turned off that Jacksonville Chargers game, and I'm glad I didn't.
You know, I went away for a good 15 minutes of it because I'm like, this is kind of a blowout. And luckily, I came back in the third quarter, and I stuck around and watched it because, like you said, if you didn't watch it, if you gave up on it, man, you missed a heck of a game. And I'll tell you what, Miami did everything they could to try to upset the Bills.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because Miami actually didn't play all that well. Their score was better than they looked.
Right.
I think if they'd have had a decent quarterback, they probably would have beat Buffalo.
And that's the problem. You know, Tua got hurt, and then the other quarterback got hurt, so they were down to their third string quarterback. And
He needs to. A delay of game on 4th and 1 is unforgivable.
right. Especially when they'd already moved the game clock one time. They reset the clock one time even. So not only did they go through 40 seconds, but there was an additional almost 20 seconds put on the clock when they reset it.
Yeah, that's just mind-boggling and stupid.
And to think that Cincinnati only won because the quarterback fumbled at the goal line and they ran it back 99 yards for a touchdown to win the game.
Well, now the big talk's going to be about if they're going to finally pay Lamar Jackson.
You know, they have to almost.
Unless they got a quarterback in the works.
Yeah, I mean,
I frankly don't see any quarterback coming out of the draft that was like, yeah, I'm going to hang my hat on that guy.
You know, everybody gets mad at me, but Bryce Young is going to be an okay quarterback. He's not going to be that quarterback. I don't see him being that guy in the NFL.
I think he'll be serviceable, but I don't see him as a franchise quarterback.
Right. No, I could see him being a really good backup, or he could be a starter for a couple years until you got somebody else.
Who do you guys think will be better, Stroud or Levis?
Levis.
I don't put any stock in Stroud either. I mean, I don't see this as a good quarterback year, honestly. And I mean, I hate to say it.
I think it's a lousy quarterback year. And like I say, you can chalk it up to the Michigan thing, but CJ Stroud, whenever he better have a tremendous offensive line wherever he goes. If he doesn't have a top-notch line, he's going to struggle hard. He's going to panic. He's going to make mistakes.
Right. And that's the problem. When you see someone like that and you know that they're going to struggle, how do you take that person in the top 5 and pray to God that he's going to be your quarterback? You know, I mean, you're spending a lot of money on a quarterback that you have a lot of questions on. And to me, I don't see how you can do that.
I just don't get how Ohio State quarterbacks get drafted. I mean, people are talking about Justin Fields. I mean, there's a reason why the Bears are 3-14.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that he's not surrounded by talent, but still.
But even the Bears should win 6 games in a year. You know, with the talent they got, they should win 6 games, and they're not. They didn't even come close. Hey, Anthony, you here? We'll see if Anthony from Sorgy Stories is here. No, Anthony. Sorry, Tony. I was going to see if Anthony would want to play.
I thought my brother was yelling at me. Just kidding.
Boy, I'll tell you what. I hated when I heard my whole name.
I'll be right back. Just a sec.
Hey, Anthony, you want to play tonight? We can use one more player. All right, anybody who's out in the audience, if you want to come in and play tonight, there's our StreamYard. I get one more person. We will start this going real quick. I sent one to Sergeant Pickles. He must have had something come up tonight. Hey, Stat Sheet Sports, would you like to try us tonight?
Isn't that Traveling Fools?
Stat Sheet Sports, no. Traveling Fools' other name is, oh man, it's Conspiracy. It's Smoking Gun Cafe.
Oh, okay. I recognize it.
Yep.
I knew he had another name.
Yep. Smoking Gun Cafe. Yeah, I hung out with him a little Saturday night. They were talking about the pyramids and that all being on the same. They go all the way around the Earth at a 33-degree angle, and they're all on the same plane. I watch a lot of that crazy stuff. Ancient Aliens. I used to listen to Coast all the time, and
It's a conspiracy.
I mean, unfortunately, I think there are conspiracies out there, but I think today everybody makes everything be a conspiracy. You know.
Sandy Hook.
Yeah. So how's Michigan doing this year in basketball?
Terrible.
Time to get rid of the coach?
I'm not sure. I'm leaning, yeah, but probably one of the worst teams in the Big Ten. Now we did just beat Northwestern, which was surprisingly good. I think they're like 12-4 this year. Kind of caught me off guard. But I think we're like 10-7. You know, it's not up to Michigan standards.
No.
Unfortunately, Ohio State sucks too. So if you're not good, at least it's okay when your rival sucks too.
Yeah, because usually the Big Ten, Michigan State, Michigan, Iowa once in a while, Purdue is always usually pretty decent. Ohio State has up and down seasons. One year they're really good, one year they're really not. Indiana's kind of fallen apart.
Well, Purdue really surprised me. I didn't. I mean, I didn't.
Sorry, guys.
Purdue
I
was
don't
a
know what's
bad-
going on with my Wi-Fi tonight.
All right, Will, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to just start with us three since nobody else wants to come in. So it'll be easier to win tonight. I will tell you, I did take care of the second round. The questions are a lot easier. All right, the order will be Mike, Will, and Tony. All right, let me pull up the first round. Everybody ready? Will, you ready? Tony, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Tony said he'd be right back. I bet he's not back yet.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute.
Oh, no problem. Here we go. I'm going to start this, Tony. Give me 1 second. And like I said, I do promise you the second round questions will be easier. All right, guys, here we go. The first round, we're going to have the ACC. The second round will be the Big 8, not the Big 12, the Big 8. So these are going to be some older questions. We have the Cleveland Indians. We have the Dallas Cowboys. We have NBA, and we have World Cup. Mike, you're up first. Which category would you like?
I'll go Dallas Cowboys for 3.
Cowboys for 3. This Cowboy receiver was drafted from Oklahoma State in 2010 NFL draft. He decided to wear number 88. What's the receiver's name?
That was Des Bryant.
Des Bryant for 3 is correct.
Took me a second to think of that.
All right, Will, which category would you like?
Let's go ACC for 3.
ACC for 3? Membership of the ACC remained at 9 until the early 21st century, when 3 schools from which conference swelled the number to 12?
Big East.
Big East is correct.
Was it Louisville, Syracuse, and
No, this was Tech, Virginia Tech, Miami, and Boston College.
Yep, it was before the others came in.
oh,
All right, Tony, which category would you like?
I'm going to try ACC for 5. Why not?
ACC for 5. The ACC was formed when 7 schools left the Southern Conference in which year?
Oh, it's like I'm close, but I could be wrong. It's 50. It's in the 50s. It's 53.
53 is correct, Tony. Good
Nice.
job.
I couldn't remember if it was 51 or 53. I was like, oh. it was like it's right before or after the Ivy League. Okay.
All right, Mike, which category would you like?
I'll go Big 8 for 3.
Big 8 for 3. The Big 7 became the Big 8 in 1960, when which former MVIAA member returned to the fold?
What was that?
Well, I hope the M is clear. I'll go Missouri.
Missouri is incorrect. Will, do you know?
I'll go Kansas State.
Kansas State is incorrect. Tony, do you know?
It's Iowa State or Oklahoma State, I think. Why don't I try Oklahoma State?
That's the one I would have went with. Good job. Oklahoma
Sweet.
State.
I couldn't remember which one it was. Let's try Big 8 for 5. Oh no, I'm
Hold
not
on, it's Will's turn.
Sorry, Will.
I'll go ACC for 4.
ACC for 4. Which charter member left the ACC following the 1971 season?
I believe it's South Carolina.
South Carolina is correct for 4.
Good job, Will.
Well, you guys are killing it tonight.
Hey,
All right.
We know some realignment. I don't know anything about the Cleveland Indians or the Cowboys. I literally didn't watch the Cowboy game last night because I just don't care. Big 8 for 5.
Big 8 for 5. This one's
My
kind of
dog
hard.
was watching the game and I did not.
Which charter member
Nebraska.
left in 1910 to join the Big Ten?
Go Huskers. Nebraska.
No, Nebraska didn't leave the
Oh, wait,
Big
19. Oh my God, I misread that as 2010. Oh my God,
Yeah, I was gonna
Nebraska
say,
left
not
in
1910.
2010. Oh my God, and I know the answer to this one.
Mike, you
Oh
know.
my God, I can't believe I
So
totally
I thought this one was Iowa.
Who did you say?
Iowa.
Iowa for 5 is
correct.
correct.
Oh my God, that's what happens.
You said
when I don't
Nebraska.
pay
It's like
close
you know
enough.
this is about 100 years off, right?
Yeah.
It's literally 100 years off.
Yeah, literally 100. All right, Mike, which category would you like?
I'll dip my toe in the water. I'll go World Cup for 2.
World Cup for 2? Which nation has won the most World Cups?
Ooh, I'm torn. I guess it's either Brazil or Germany. I'll go Brazil.
Brazil is correct. They have won 5.
I was guessing it was one of the same two, Mike.
All right, Will, which
Gotta
category
win those
would you
two.
like?
I'll go World Cup for 3.
World Cup for 3. Here's an easy one. You'll get this right off the bat. How often is the World Cup?
Every 4 years.
This was harder than the other one?
All right, Tony, which one would you like?
Big 8 for 4. I got to redeem myself. That was embarrassing.
Big 8 for 4. The Big 6 became the Big 7 in 1948 with the addition of which school from the Mountain States Athletic Conference?
Wasn't it Colorado?
Colorado is correct. I figured if anybody would read it and say, well, Mountain State, so which,
Yeah,
I was trying to think. 48 was my clue.
Okay. All right, Mike, which category would you like?
I'll go Cowboys for 4.
Cowboys for 4. In which stadium did the Cowboys play their home games from 1960 to 1970?
Was the Cotton Bowl?
Cotton Bowl is correct. Good job. All right, Will, which category would you like?
I'll go World Cup for 4.
World Cup for 4. Which 3 countries will host the 2026 tournament?
USA, Canada, Mexico.
USA, Canada, and Mexico is correct.
I'm so excited to go to those games.
I can't wait.
I will take World Cup for 5. Why not?
World Cup for 5. In what year was the first FIFA Women's World Cup?
1954.
54 is incorrect.
It's an odd. I know it's an odd year. Yeah, I think the women play in odd years.
Yep.
I wouldn't know. I just made up that guess.
Mike, do you know?
I'll say 69.
69 is incorrect. I got a feeling Will's going to tell you.
Oh, I know what time period. I know it's a lot later. I think it's 80s or 90s. I'm gonna go 93 is my guess.
You were off by 2 years. You should have went back
Oh,
2 years. All right, Mike, which category would you like?
Oh, fine. I'll just go Cowboys for 5. I'm just gonna be doing okay in this.
Cowboys for 5. All right, Mike, you have 14 points, and this is the daily double. You have 15 points. Or no, 14 points. I'm sorry, 14.
Bet it all.
Bet it all. Here we go. In one of the largest trades of the 20th century, the Cowboys traded Herschel Walker to what team?
The Great Trade Robbery. He packed himself up to the Great White North of the Purple People Eaters.
There you go. Purple People Eaters.
Jimmy Johnson sure got arrested for that. that was pure theft.
Yeah, that was terrible. I mean, and Minnesota thought they got him because they gave him some bad players, but he didn't want the players. He knew that if they didn't make the team, they were going to get draft picks, and that's what he was after, was all those draft picks.
And they hit home runs with all those draft picks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he's the greatest college coach of all time or the greatest pro coach of all time, but Jimmy Johnson is the greatest pro and college combined coach, you have to think, because, I mean, look what he did at Miami. And then when he went to the pros in Dallas, look at all the championships they won because of him.
Conservatively, I'd say he's a top 5 all-time NFL coach.
Yeah.
He's up there with the Belichick's and the Lombardis and the Hallises.
Yep.
The Shulas.
All right, Will. Which category would you like?
well, my categories are gone. So well, I'll just go ACC for 2.
ACC for 2.
Yeah, I'll just go a little.
The ACC expanded to 9 teams for the 1992 season with the addition of which new member?
Florida State.
Florida State is correct. All right, Tony, time to redeem yourself. Which category would you like?
Let's go Big 8 for 2. Why not?
Big 8 for 2. Which Big 8 member won 3 national titles in the 1950s?
Boomer Sooner.
Boomer Sooner is correct. All right, Mike, that's going to take us back to you. Which category would you like?
I guess I'm the one picking them, so I'll go Cowboys 2.
Cowboys 2.
See if I can run the category.
This one's pretty easy. The Dallas Cowboys don't play in Dallas. In 2009, they moved to which Texas city?
I used to live in Irving, so in fact, I could see the stadium from where I lived.
Where is it?
The practice is in Irving. Actually, their main is AT&T. That's in Arlington.
So which one you going with?
Oh, let's see here. In 2009?
In 2009, they moved to which Texas city?
So the date, I'm trying to. In 09, I think that's when they moved to Arlington.
Arlington is correct.
Okay.
All right.
I used to see him play in Irving.
Yeah, he's playing there. All right, Will, which one would you like?
I'll mix it up. I'll go Tribe for 3.
Tribe for 3. An up-and-comer for the Indians, Jim Tomei. Most people know him as a first baseman, but what position was his primary spot in 1995?
Gosh darn it, man. DH?
Nope, he didn't start out at DH. Tony, do you know where Jim Tomei started his career?
I have no idea. Third base.
Third base is correct, Tony.
Shit, I'm gonna go shortstop.
All right, Tony, which category would you like?
Big 8 for 1.
Big 8 for 1. Which school won the last ever Big 8 title in 1995?
I would guess it's Nebraska.
Nebraska is correct for 1.
Tommy Frazier days.
All right, Mike, which category would you like?
Well, I'll go NBA for 3.
NBA for 3. What year were NBA players officially allowed to compete in the Olympics?
92.
92 is correct. That was the dream team.
That's the reason I said 92.
Yeah. All right, Will.
I'll go Indians for 2.
Indians for 2. Well, you like the position ones. Kenny Lofton was the leadoff man for the Tribe in 1995. What position in the field was he?
I'm between 2. Shortstop?
He was not a shortstop. Tony, you want to give the ultimate guess on what position Kenny Lofton played in 1995?
Center field.
Center field is correct.
Yeah. I knew
I was between.
I knew Will was wrong because I know he was outfield.
Man.
I just wasn't sure which outfield.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Well, you get some good guesses.
ACC for 1.
ACC for 1. Which school won their first ever ACC title in 1990?
Georgia Tech, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Georgia Tech is correct.
It was Colorado.
All right, Mike, which category would you like?
I'll go NBA for 2.
NBA for 2. What are the most points a player has ever scored in an NBA game?
100.
100. Wilt Chamberlain is correct.
I've never seen a picture of him holding up the same.
All right, Will, which category would you like?
I'll guess Dallas for 1.
Dallas for
No,
1.
World Cup.
World Cup for 1.
Oh.
Who won the 2018 FIFA World Cup?
France.
France is correct for 1.
Mbappe.
All right, now we're getting down to Tony with all of his favorite categories, the Indians, the Cowboys, and NBA.
Indians for 5. Why not?
Indians for 5. You know what? I got a feeling you know this one.
Uh-oh.
In 1994, the Indians rebuilt and acquired a new ballpark to call home. In 2008, it received a new name. What was it?
It used to be Jacobs Field. Oh my God, I'm blanking on what it is.
I figured you might know this one for some reason.
It's something really boring too.
Yeah, I got a feeling when you hear it, you're going to be like, "Shit, I knew that."
No, I am totally going to do that. It's a Great American Ball. Is it Great? No, is that Cincinnati? Cincinnati's Great American Ballpark. It's something stupid. It's like an energy company or a bank. It's not Great American Ballpark. Whatever. I'll say that. It's not.
All right. No, that's not it. Mike, do you know what the Indians ballpark was named in 2008?
Like Rocket Mortgage or something?
Nope, it's not Rocket Mortgage. Will, do you know?
Progressive.
Progressive Field.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I knew it was something boring. Thank you, Will.
No, Tony, I knew once you heard it, you're going to be like, damn it, I knew that.
Yeah. You know what the problem is? I still think of it as Jacobs Field.
I was thinking Jacobs Field too. I didn't know they changed it off that.
Exactly. Okay, Mike, which category would you like?
I'll go NBA 4, I guess.
NBA for 4. I think you'll know this one. What NBA legend was commonly referred to as the round mound of rebound?
Oh, you should know him. He went to Auburn. That'd be old Subway Chuck.
Sir Charles Barkley it is. You know what? He went to Auburn, but I still like him. I like Barkley.
I love him.
I don't know anybody could dislike
If he
Barkley.
runs for governor here, I'm voting for him.
I tell you what, I wish he'd run for in Alabama, man. I like Charles Barkley. The guy is good.
I mean, he's got to be better than Tommy Tuberville.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he's a senator, though.
Yeah, but I still don't know how he won. All right, Will, which category would you like?
I'll go Indians for 4. Screw it.
Indians,
Well, I just sent you a picture on Discord you'll like.
Ooh.
Indians for 4. While he was removed in 2019, the Indians' primary logo was a red-skinned man with a wide, toothy smile. What name did this man go by?
Chief Wahoo.
Chief Wahoo it is for 4.
I mean, I know it's racist as crap, but you can't. But I don't know, man. I grew to like that logo.
I do too.
I watched
All right.
Major League 300 times, so I better know that one.
Yeah.
That's one of the best sports movies of all time.
Oh, yeah. All right, Tony, which category would you like?
Let's waste 5 points on NBA for 5.
All right, this one's kind of tough.
Then I have no idea. I literally do not watch the NBA, not even the finals.
Oh,
What
jersey
jersey
number?
numbers? No,
Oh,
number.
23 and 45.
And
Wasn't it
He wore-
45?
he wore 3 jersey numbers.
We were 3?
He wore 3.
Oh, I don't know the third.
You want to throw a number out?
30. 30. I don't know.
30 is incorrect. Mike, do you know?
I thought it was a single digit. Was it 6?
6 is incorrect. Will, do you know?
I'm too young for this one. I'll go 8. I don't know.
I feel like I should give Tony credit for it because he got 2 out of the 3. What do you guys think?
Up to you.
I'm going to give it to him
I'll
because
take it.
the third jersey he only wore in 2 games. It was number 12.
Well,
I don't know, you know.
that's a hallowed number to me.
Yeah. All right, Mike.
Oh, I'll run the cowboy category.
Cowboy. All right. His rookie season was in 1989, and his record as a starter was 1-15. This Hall of Famer wore number 8 for Dallas for a total of 12 years. Who is it?
Yeah. Sometimes I forget that Aikman had a really shitty season that first time.
Yeah, unfortunately, Aikman had nobody to play with that first season.
Yeah, when he got drafted, the Cowboys were pretty bad.
Yeah. All right, Will, would you like Cleveland Indians or NBA?
Cleveland.
All right. The Indians franchise celebrated their 100th anniversary playing home games at which ballpark?
I'm assuming it's the one that they had before that, before Jacobs and Progressive. Was it like Cleveland Municipal Stadium? Was that what it was called? I don't know.
They did have a Cleveland Municipal. Is that your answer?
Yeah.
No. Tony, tell them what it was.
The 100th, was it Jacobs Field?
It was Jacobs
I
Field.
would have said that because I don't know many other ones.
I was thinking it was something special, remember the Dodgers Red Sox game or something.
No, you guys kept talking about it the whole time. I'm like, well, that answer is going to come in handy here in a
That's
minute.
funny.
All right, Tony, you get the last question. NBA.
NBA for 1, why not?
What Canadian cities have ever had an NBA team?
Toronto and Vancouver.
There you go. All right, guys, that wasn't too bad of a first round, was it?
No?
I can't believe I blew the Nebraska Iowa question.
You know, you're only off by a century, you know. So
Literally off by a century. I saw the 10 and I was like, blah, 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 and then I was like, oh, I'm an idiot.
Good night, Mr. Stories.
Will, this schedule I sent you is fascinating.
All right, guys. The first round ended, and here are the scores. Mike, you have 40. Congratulations on your.
I'll share.
Actually, had a decent round. How about that?
The double jeopardy really helped you. That gave you 14. So that one, you know, Will, you had a good round. You were at 25. And Tony, you had a good round. You're at 28. So
Snuck by.
all right, let me pull up the next one.
You think I screw up in double jeopardy?
Don't screw up in double jeopardy. All right, let me pull up this next one here. All right, guys. Second round is going to be Indiana basketball, Big Ten, NFL playoffs, the Gator Bowl, sports movies, and SEC coaches. Mike, which category would you like?
Well, I love sports movies, so I'll go sports movies for 10.
Sports movies for 10. All right. You should get this one pretty easy. Who played the coach of the Jamaican bobsledding team in Cool Runnings?
Rest in peace, John Kennedy.
John Candy is correct for 10.
Dang, I knew that one.
All right, Will.
Let's go. I'm feeling aggressive. I'll go Big Ten for 10.
Big Ten for 10. You better get this right, Will, or I'm going to be a little disappointed in you.
Okay.
Where is Purdue located?
West Lafayette.
West Lafayette is correct.
I was kind of hoping you guys wouldn't touch the Big Ten either.
Kind of saving that one, was you, Mike?
There's two categories I like here.
All right, Tony, which category would you like?
Big Ten for 8.
Huh.
Big Ten for 8. Who was the last Big Ten team to join the Big Ten prior to 1990?
Michigan State.
Michigan State is correct for 8. Good job. All right, Mike, they're getting rid of your Big Ten in a hurry.
Yeah,
Where would you like to go?
Well, you should throw him a Pac-10 category so he'll leave mine alone. I like sports movies too much, so I'll go 8.
All right. Who played Fast Eddie in The Hustler?
Oh, God. I didn't see that one.
You didn't see The Hustler? Oh, man, this is one of my favorite movies.
Is it Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise is in, but that is incorrect. Will, who played Fast Eddie in The Hustler?
I'll go Mark Wahlberg. I have no clue.
That's incorrect. Tony, tell him who played Fast Eddie in The Hustler.
I have no idea. Dustin Hoffman.
It was Paul Newman, guys. Paul Newman was Fast Eddie.
Tom Cruise was in that movie, though, right?
Yeah, he was his protege. Will, are we going with Big Ten for 6, or where would you like to go?
I'll go NFL playoffs for 10. This might be a bite me in the butt, but
All right. You have 35 points, Will.
oh God.
This is a daily double.
Bet it all.
I'll bet it all.
35 points. Here we go. Good luck, Will.
Oh.
Tom Brady has the most Super Bowl touchdown passes in a career. Who has the second most?
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana for 35 points is correct, Will.
Nice
Okay.
work.
You can breathe again, Will.
Oh.
All right, Tony.
SEC coaches for 10. Why not?
SEC coaches for 10. What coach has the most career SEC wins?
Saban, isn't it?
Saban is incorrect.
Oh,
Mike?
Well, hey, he's coached at multiple SEC schools, so I'll go. Actually, I'm kind of torn between two that coached in multiple SEC schools. I'll go Spurrier.
Spurrier is in second place, Mike.
Bear?
Will?
Bear?
That was the other one I was thinking.
Paul Bear Bryant, coach for Tennessee or Kentucky and Alabama. That is.
oh, I was thinking the A&M. I was forgetting he was at Kentucky.
I knew it was either Bear or Spurrier, but
Yeah,
picked
no,
the wrong
Spurrier. I'm trying to remember.
I
Like
thought Saban had passed him because they play so many more games now.
no, because
It's a Bear Bryant coach.
Bear Bryant won 292 SEC games. I mean, he was there for
Oh.
25 years. Is the
Okay,
problem?
yeah, that's a lot. Okay, never
Yeah.
mind. That was wrong.
And then remember, beforehand he played at Kentucky. They don't count the Texas A&M wins because technically they wasn't
Yeah.
SEC
weren't
at
SEC.
the time.
They were
Yeah,
in the Southwest at the time.
yeah, they were Southwest. All right, that was Will's.
Yeah, so Will wins the game.
Tony, Mike, which category would you like? I'm sorry, that was Tony's question.
I'll go sports movies for 6. I need to get back on track.
Sports movies for 6. I love this movie. Moneyball revolves around the trials and tribulations of which club?
That'd be the Oakland Athletics.
Oakland Athletics is correct. All right, Will.
I'll go. I'll go Big Ten for 6.
Big Ten for 6. What player has the most career rushing touchdowns in the Big Ten?
Mike Hart.
Mike Hart is incorrect. Tony, do you know?
Is it Ron Dane?
Ron Dane is incorrect. Mike, do you know?
Well, I was torn between Ron Dane and Archie Griffin, so since he took Ron Dane, I'll go Archie.
It was Monte Ball.
Wow.
Yeah. Figures it'd still be Wisconsin.
Yeah, it was still a Wisconsin, just the wrong Wisconsin. All right, Tony, we're back to you. Which category would you like?
SEC coaches for 8.
SEC coaches for 8. You're going to get this one right off the bat.
I better.
Where did Frank Broyles and Bobby Petrino coach?
Bobby Petrino he's a character now. Frank Broyles was at Arkansas.
I knew if you was going to get that one wrong, I was going to poke fun at you because you love making those.
I love the Bobby Petrino jokes.
Bobby Petrino. So,
and by the way, SEC shorts today tore him so great. It was amazing.
oh, I love those guys, SEC shorts, man. Those guys are hilarious. I don't even mind when they badmouth Alabama. I mean,
everything's
funny.
Their one today was amazing.
All right, Mike, which category would you like?
I'll go SEC coaches for 6.
SEC coaches for 6. Where did Sylvester Croom and Jackie Sherrill coach?
Oh, you misspelled Sylvester, but they were both the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. Clang, 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 clang.
And Sylvester Croom actually played college ball at Alabama.
Yeah, he played against Aaron.
He did. I know about that.
Yep, he played for Bear Bryant. He was a hell of a player. I mean, he was a really good player. All right, Will, which category would you like?
I'll go playoffs for 8.
Playoffs.
You kidding me?
Name the first team to make the playoffs with a 7-9 record.
I believe it was Beast Mode and the Seahawks.
It was Beast Mode, and it was the Seahawks. All right, Tony.
Let's try Gator Bowl for 10. Why not?
The Gator Bowl for 10?
Let's try it.
All right. Who won the 2021 Gator Bowl?
Oh, that was. I'm trying to think if that was that. Was it Kentucky or Wake? I think it was Kentucky.
Kentucky is incorrect. Mike, do you know?
Yeah, it is. I think so.
Let me Google it.
No.
Let me Google it, but I got it as someone else.
Because this year, the Gator Bowl this year was early.
Yeah, it wasn't this year's Gator Bowl. It was last year's, 2021.
Hold on, I'm Googling it. I thought Kentucky was 2021.
No, because they played Iowa last year in the what bowl did they play Iowa in? It wasn't the Gator Bowl last year. Remember?
Like the Outback Bowl or something?
Yeah. So it's not Kentucky.
The 2020 season. Yeah, it was.
No, the 2021.
Yeah, but it's January 2nd, 2021. There were two 2021 Gator Bowls.
There were two. I will give that to you. Since
I'm looking at it. Okay.
Okay. No, you're right. Because I'm thinking last year Iowa played Kentucky, Wake Forest. You had them both right. I mean, Wake Forest actually won this. I will give that to you because I forgot that they did have the Gator
Bowl. There were two
Bowl
that year. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a bowl that is weirdly like sometimes it's early and sometimes it's late.
Yeah, and sometimes they have bowl games between January 1st and the playoff and the championship. You know, sometimes they have games on the
sometimes
second.
They're like the third now too. But
exactly.
I thought it was Kentucky.
Low-tier bowls, though.
The real MVP can be proud of me.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Which category would you like?
I'll go NFL playoffs for 6.
More playoffs. Name the QB who became the first player to throw 3 interceptions in the first quarter of a playoff game to come back and win since 1991.
Frank Reich?
Who?
Frank Reich?
That's incorrect. Will, do you know?
Wait, was it Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence just did it Sunday.
Oh, I thought that happened a lot. I thought there was one before that.
Yeah, no, it was Trevor Lawrence, believe it or not. All right, Will, which category would you like?
Let's go IU for 6.
IU for 6. One of the great Hoosiers ever was Steve Alford. He led his team to an NCAA title in what year?
Oh, gosh. 83, is it?
83 is incorrect. Tony, do you know what year it was?
Wait, hold on. Sorry. What's the question again?
One of the great Hoosiers ever was Steve Alford. He led his team to an NCAA title in what year?
85. Why not?
85 is incorrect. Mike, do you know?
I thought it was earlier than that. I'll go 78.
Okay, you guys, you should have followed the pattern. It was 87.
Yeah, wait, I said 80. That was NC State, was 83. Darn
yeah,
it.
you said 83, and then Tony said 85, and I'm like, well, if we keep going like this, Mike will say...
NC State was 83, and Villanova was 85, so...
All right, Tony, which category would you like?
Let's try Gator Bowl for 8.
Gator Bowl for 8. The most points scored by both teams is 83. In which year was it set?
Didn't we just do it?
We did just do it, Tony. Good guess.
That was a wild game.
It was. All right, Mike, which category would you like?
I'll go sports movies for 4.
Sports movies for 4. Whose mammoth home run knocked out the lights in The Natural?
You know, I never actually saw that movie.
Never saw it?
I mean, are you talking about like the actor? Because that was Robert Redford, wasn't it?
I will give you if you give me either the actor or the name he was playing, either one of them will count. So you want to go for the actor?
Yeah.
Who did you say?
Redford.
He's right.
You are right.
I've never actually seen the movie though.
The guy he was playing was Roy Hobbs. That was who he was portraying. All right, Will. Which category would you like?
I'll go. I want to get one Indiana question right, so I'll go Indiana for 4.
Indiana for 4. No team has finished the season with a perfect since the Hoosiers did it in what year?
This was a bad idea to pick this category. I wish I was studying that old college basketball book I had, man. I think this was Isaiah Thomas's team.
That was correct there, Traveling Fools. Number 9, Roy Hobbs.
It stings for me because they beat Michigan in the finals.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah.
I know that. Was it 81?
81 is incorrect. Tony, do you know what team finished perfect for the Hoosiers in what year?
I don't. 85. I'm guessing it again.
85 is incorrect. Mike?
They beat Michigan in the finals in 1976.
1976.
Oh, I was thinking that was still UCLA territory back then. Okay.
Nope, they were just before then.
Okay.
All right. Tony, which category would you like?
I always just bowled off most of the 70s when I try to think.
Gator Bowl for 6.
Gator Bowl for 6. All right. 2 teams have each appeared 9 times in the Gator Bowl. Which school has the most wins of the 2?
Is it? I have no idea. Would it be Florida State?
Florida State is incorrect. Mike, do you know?
I'll go Clemson.
Clemson is one of the 2. Unfortunately, their record is 4-5, so they were the loser of the 2. Will, do you know the other school?
I'll go Clemson.
I just said Clemson. It was wrong.
Yeah, Clemson was wrong when Mike said it. It ain't going to get no better if you say it.
Okay. All right, I'm trying to finish up these slides. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. The answer, believe it or not, was Florida. They're 7-2 in Gator Bowls.
Oh man, I
home field advantage.
Gators in the pool that much because it would be confusing for the fans.
Yeah.
What was
All
the
right,
first one?
I'll go SEC coaches for 4.
Where did Ralph Shug Jordan and Terry Bowden coach?
We just talked about them. The team that won 2 championships in 70 years. And Shug Jordan was one of them. Was it 50? When did he win for Auburn? Was it 57? 56, 57?
I thought it was 57 because 58 was
57.
Yeah, and actually, Shug Jordan is the only coach LSU's ever had that I really liked. I like Shug Jordan. He was funny.
Yeah, he was an interesting character.
Yeah. All right. Will, which category would you like?
Go Big Ten for 4.
Big Ten for 4. What team won the Big Ten in 2016?
It's the reason James Franklin still has a job. It's Penn State.
Penn State is correct. All right, Tony, which one would you like?
Gator Bowl for 4.
Gator Bowl for 4. Which conference has won the Gator Bowl the most with 28 wins?
How about the SEC?
SEC it is.
That was a guess.
Well, the 50-50 shot, basically, because it's a tie-in.
Well, the good news is you knew Florida won 7, so that had to put the SEC.
That was what swung me over the edge.
Yeah, they got 7 of them, so we'll go with that one. All right, Mike, which one would you like?
I'll go Indiana for 8.
Indiana for 8. Indiana's all-time leading scorer of the 20th century was the catalyst for some great games. Who is he?
I'll go Isaiah.
Isaiah is incorrect. Will, do you know?
Let's go Alford.
Alford is incorrect. Tony, would you know?
I have no idea.
The man's name was Calbert Chaney.
Chaney, damn it.
All right, Will, which category would you like?
Let's go NFL for 4.
NFL for 4. I love this game. The Bears defeated what team in the Fog Bowl in 1988 season playoffs?
I remember I watched some of those NFL top 10 videos on YouTube, and I remember one of the fans was yelling, "Stop the game!" They're all yelling that on their TVs, and they're Eagles fans.
So who do you say?
Oh, Philadelphia Eagles.
Eagles is correct. All right. Tony, which one would you like?
Let's finish up Big Ten for 2.
Big Ten for 2. Which member of the conference has won or shared in the most championships in the 20th century?
Ohio State.
Ohio State is incorrect.
Oh, is it?
Yep. Mike?
Are you looking at the camera? It's his name on my shirt.
Okay, there you go. Yep. In the 20th century, it was Michigan.
Yeah, we owned the 20th century.
In the 21st so far, it's been Ohio State.
I get it.
I thought Ohio State had one.
Everyone knows that we only go over it.
Well, Michigan racked up a bunch in the early teens.
Oh, and
and
like
20s.
yeah.
teams and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the turn of the 20th century.
And actually, if you count, Ohio State didn't even join until like after World War I think.
Right. So
the first 2 decades of the 20th century, there were basically 3 football teams. There was Michigan, Yale, and everybody else.
yeah. All right. Will, which category would you like? Oh, wait a minute.
Is it my turn or?
It's Mike's.
Yeah.
I'll finish up sports movies.
Sports movies. Major League shows a group of misfits playing for what major league team which hadn't won a World Series since 1948?
The team we had in the first round. The old mistake by the lick.
All right, Will, which one would you like?
I'll finish up. You know what? I'll go SEC coaches. Why not?
SEC coaches. Where did Steve Spurrier, Ray Graves, and Doug Dickey coach?
This one is South Carolina, right?
Nope, it's not South Carolina. Tony?
Florida.
It was Florida.
Ray Graves was there when they invented Gatorade.
I
Yep.
only know Galen Hall, Spurrier, and then whatever that guy's name was between Urban and Spurrier. I can't think of his name, but I know his face.
Cook?
Zook.
Zook, yeah.
Ron Zook.
I only know Hall to Napier. I don't know any before that because they weren't any.
All right, Tony, which one would you like?
Gator Bowl for 2.
Gator for 2. Here we go. What city is the Gator Bowl played in?
That one I know is Jacksonville.
That is Jacksonville. All right, Mike. Which category would you like?
Playoffs.
Playoffs? What team was the first to lose 4 consecutive Super Bowls?
When I grew up, my favorite team to play in Techno Bowl was the Buffalo Bills. So.
Buffalo Bills is correct. Will, which category would you like?
I'll go IU for 10. I probably won't get. No, I'll go 2. 2. We're going 2. We're actually
Okay.
I want to get Bobby Knight.
All right. Give me one second.
I remember one time we were giving Jeffrey a hard time. We're like, who would you rather play for, Knight or Calipari? And he hates Calipari so much.
I'd much rather play for Knight than Calipari.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
What, Tony gets the 10-pointer?
Yeah, but I got another question first. 5, 50, 60, 70. All right. The scores are, Mike, you've got 80. Will, you got 104. Tony,
35.
you have 70.
Oh, okay.
You
Oh,
get
so
the
if you
last
get this
question,
right, it's a tie
Indiana
game.
basketball, and it's a daily double.
Oh my
I do?
God!
Yeah, and you've got 70 points.
Is it the 10 or the 2?
It's the 10.
He's gonna put a daily double on a 2-pointer.
I bet 5.
5. I think you might know this one. I'm not sure.
I doubt it.
Indiana had won 5 NCAA titles in the 20th century. How many of those did Bob Knight win?
Didn't he win them all?
No.
He won 4.
No.
He won 4.
He won 4.
No. Go down one more.
Oh, okay, that was wrong.
4 and 3.
He won 3.
Oh, 'cause I thought Coach K tied him at 4.
All right. All right, guys. Let me come back over here. All right. So far, the points are Tony, you have 65. Will, you have 104. Mike,
Wasn't the Michigan offensive coordinator just like computer crimes he just got fired for?
What?
The
I
Michigan
thought
offensive
so.
coordinator just got fired for computer crimes.
Yeah, Weiss.
Yep.
What kind of computer program?
They haven't said.
All right. So the final Jeopardy category is volleyball. Mike, you got 80. Will got 104, and Tony has 65. So in the private chat, ship me how much you would like to bet. Once you guys got it, hit send, and I'll write them down. Tony's going 0. Will's going 10. Mike's going 25.
For doing it, so.
All right. So if Mike gets it right and Will gets it wrong, we will have Mike as the champion.
Oh boy. Okay.
I think
Wow,
either
oh,
I get it
that
right
many
or I
points?
get it wrong.
Let me pull this back up. We'll
This category seems like everybody gets it right or everybody gets it wrong because I don't think any but one person knows more about volleyball than the other.
I thought this is something everybody would know, but I could be wrong. So,
I don't have a clue.
what is the net height for men's volleyball? You must be within 5 inches. So the net height, how tall is the net in volleyball?
I'll give it a guess.
And like I said, you can be plus or minus 5 inches. All right, did you all write it down? Hit send. The correct answer is 7 foot 11 inches.
I got it.
Nope. Because you had 7'6".
No, I had 7.5 inches, and it has to be within 5. So that's
Yep.
I got it. That's funny.
Tony, if you would have just
Will has 7 feet, and you have 7 feet 6 inches. And how tall?
Oh, Will had 84. I didn't see who.
I was
who
trying
had
to say,
who
like,
else. I just
yeah,
noticed I got it.
I was having trouble typing. I was going to say, like, around there.
I thought it was taller than that.
I didn't look at other people's. I just can't believe I got it. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I should have bet it all.
Yeah.
Mike Sport, you got it. Oh, wait, you put 9 foot. I'm sorry. I thought that said 7 foot. Will?
No, I got it wrong.
You're down to 94.
That's
so
okay.
the final score, Will won with 94. He'll get 5 points for the win to make it 99. And we got a two-way tie for second place. Tony and Mike each come in at 65. So if Tony would have just had more faith
That's too funny.
in his volleyball knowledge,
which is 0 because I just guessed.
Well, I mean, you should think. I mean, everybody I think has played volleyball.
No, I
right?
just tried to think about how tall the guys were they used to be on the USC volleyball.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you're 6 foot, so I mean, it's just a little above most people.
No, they were all like 7 foot.
Yeah. I thought it was a lot taller than that.
Well, you stop and think that a basket is 10 foot. You know, if we're going to play basketball, that's 10 foot. So you figure it's 2 feet, just over 2 feet shorter than a basket.
Well, when the guys jump up and block, are their hands like way over the top of the net or something?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they just like barely got over.
Oh no, I can get way over the volleyball. And Now the women, if I remember right, is 7 feet 5 inches.
They were like pissing away on time gripping.
All right. Well, that was
Fun, guys.
You guys actually got most of the questions. I mean, there wasn't very many that got by you all.
Mm-hmm. That was fun.
Was the second round better tonight? I mean,
yeah, the questions were fun.
I mean, the last week I know I had them way too hard. You guys were struggling, so I don't want to make it super easy where everybody gets everything right, but I don't want to make it where nobody can get them. And
yeah, this was a good balance here.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Now,
thank you guys.
supposedly, if everything works right, because I got into it with the mail today, my Trivial Pursuit game should be here tomorrow. I found out why the post office is losing money. We mailed these games from Phoenix. They shipped them to Los Angeles. From Los Angeles, they shipped them to Houston. From Houston, they shipped them back to San Francisco. From San Francisco, they shipped them back to Juarez, Mexico. So they flew over Arizona 3 different times.
They should just do away with the post office. Nobody uses it anymore.
They should, and people get mad at me, but I say that all the time because think about this. The only thing you get in the mail are bills, credit card, and junk. And everybody who mails you mail, they all get a discount. They don't pay the shipping, because they're bulk mail, so they get a big discount.
Yeah.
Besides Christmas, when's the last time you got something in the mail from a family member? You don't write letters no more. We all have text messaging and this and that, so there's no letters.
Every bill I have, I pay online, so I literally need the mail for nothing.
And think about it. If you want to ship something, 9 out of 10 times, it's just as fast and easy using either UPS, FedEx, DHL, one of the shipping companies. I don't know the exact number anymore, but I thought they said that the post office is costing us about $1 million a day. We'd lose $1 million a day.
Oh, more than that.
That is very artificially wrong. That has to do with the weird way that they are requiring the post office to over account for its retirement liabilities.
Okay.
The post office is actually doing fine, except for a very weird law that they passed under the Republican Congress that requires the post office to just pump obscene amounts of money beyond what they need into their retirement liabilities.
Okay.
For their enormous staff. The post office, operationally, is doing actually very well.
See, this is why we got to have Tony on the show. He's our numbers guy. He knows all the numbers.
It's all an accounting. It was a weird retaliatory thing against the post office from Congress a number of years ago.
So let me get this straight. The person who's doing the numbers for the post office was the guy who did the numbers for California's or UCLA's athletic department.
No, that's just a shell game.
Oh, that's just a shell game.
Just a shell game. That's the 3-card Monte guy. Find the UCLA budget money. Anyway, well, thank you guys. This was fun.
Thanks, Tony. Have a great night.
Talk to you soon. Fight on, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah, no, like I said, the post office to me, it's all junk mail and bills. I mean, you don't really get much from the post office anymore,
All I ever get is stuff from work and alumni mail trying to get me to give them money.
Well, and I think most people today, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of bills today you get online.
Yeah, every bill I have, I pay online.
Yeah. You get paperless from your bank now where you can do it all online. Most people do all online.
Yep. There's a point now you can even pay rent online.
Well, I was pretty happy yesterday, Mike. I got my first water bill at this house. It was for 2 months. How much in American do you think my water bill was for 2 months?
I think you say it's something like about $15 a month or something. So like $30.
It was, but somehow it was less than $3. It was 55 pesos, and 60 pesos would be $3. I paid less than $3 for 2 months worth of water.
It's kind of funny that you get 2 months of water for $3, but you got to go buy a reverse osmosis for $300 to use it.
Well, that's Traveling Fool says it's cheap when you can't drink it. But here's what happened. My water bill was actually 597 pesos. But our government subsidized 552 of it. Or 542 of it. So my water bill was only 55 after the government subsidizes.
I didn't know water bills would get that high.
Well, 500 that's in pesos, so that's $30.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
sorry. No, that's pesos. But yeah, I mean, it was like $30, and then when the government subsidized, give us the money, it cut it down to less than $3. Yeah, Brian, I'm down in Mexico City, Mexico, like Mike said. Hold on a second. I'm going to put this StreamYard in the link here. Brian, if you want to come in, Traveling Fools, if you'd like to stop in. Here's my StreamYard. Boy, I'll tell you what, Brian, you're talking about. I like going to the post office with my grandfather just for the retro vibe. I can tell you, in all honesty, I have not been in a post office in probably 9 years.
Well, I was there a few weeks ago. I had to get a money order.
Okay, yeah, I remember being little. That's the only place you could get a stamp, and that's the only place you could do this and that. But now, most people go to the banks for a money order. Pretty much any grocery store or convenience store has a stamp today that you can buy. And,
Yeah, you can get stamps at Walmart.
yeah, there's not a lot of needs to going in to post office anymore.
Well, I can get a money order, and I have to get one through the post office, or it's like an additional 7-day delay.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to get it there.
I always laughed when I moved to Arizona. I moved to Arizona in 2005, and they had a lot of stupid laws down there. I moved into this one area. It had an HOA, and when I went to pay the HOA, or I went and paid my water bill, neither one of those places would take cash. You had to write them a check. I'm like, I can write you a check that's no good. You have no guarantee my check is good, but I can hand you the cash right now where you know it's good. And you would rather take a check. What's wrong with that picture?
Everything, but I don't do checks. Nobody in my generation writes checks.
No, that was the only time I ever wrote checks was to them. And I told them, I said, the sad thing is, on the currency, it says, for all debts. This is a form of payment. I'm in here trying to pay you with cash. You will not accept the cash, but you'll accept a check, hoping that I get the money in the bank.
I know a lot of places. Well, I don't want to say a lot of places, but there are some places that won't take cash anymore.
I could understand if you're worried about being robbed or this and that, but when your city hall and the police department is tied in with you, why are you scared to have cash in the place? You know what I mean? The cop's right there.
They just don't want to go to the bank. Because, they say cash is just outmoded these days. There's no reason to have it. I think if you were to open up my wallet, I think I've got $7 in there. Literally, the only thing I would use it for is there are some places I go and I just use it for tip money, and you can't put the tip on the receipt on your credit card.
But see, maybe it's because I'm old, but I hate going into a convenience store and watching a kid go grab a 99-cent pop, taking it to the cashier. The cashier says that'll be $1.06, and he pulls out his debit card. It's like, you ain't got $1.06 on you. Why would you use a card for $1.06?
Well, I wouldn't have the 6 cents because I refuse to carry change. I hate change. That's the reason behind me getting a credit card in the first place. This was before credit card rewards were really a thing. At one point in time, the only reason I carried it is just I just could not carry. I hated my pants being bogged down with a bunch of jing.
Oh yeah. Hey Brian, how are you tonight? We had
Right,
Brian
this is
speak on.
Wi-Fi. I guess Wi-Fi won.
See, I guess I've always liked change because then I throw it in the jar at the end of the night and you save it up, and that's kind of my savings account for the year, you know? And see, it's really big down here in Mexico City because everybody down here uses currency. There's not a lot, you know, I mean, because you go to get a street taco, well, they're not going to accept your debit card, so you got to have cash.
Yeah, I hate that.
You
Is
know,
your Wi-Fi any better now?
yeah, I think I'm finally good. But at my school, it's the opposite. Most places don't accept cash, which is annoying to me.
Yeah, see, I guess I just always pull, you know, and I mean, especially down here in Mexico, because like I said, these street taco places, you know, these places, you find vendors on the corner, you go to markets and that, they all want cash. So, I mean, I always carry cash and.
Oh, I literally knew a Girl Scout that was selling cookies, and you could just pay through a little Foursquare app on your phone. I'm like, have we really gotten to that point now?
Oh, yeah, my buddy, a kid I went to school with, he has 2 daughters. And he sells, honestly, last year, I think they each sold over 2,500 boxes each. I mean, he's a hustler. He goes to all the stores and sits out front with his kids. He contacted me. He's like, dude, you got to buy some cookies off my kid. I'm like, dude, I'm in Mexico. He said, I don't care. I take payment over the phone. Give me your debit card. Buy a couple boxes for my kid. I'm like, damn, they went high tech now.
Oh yeah.
But when did a box go up to $5?
Well, I thought it was closer to 7.
I'll tell you a funny story. Girl Scout cookies. In 2005, I was a drunk. And me and my buddy was drinking at my house, and my brother was over, and a little girl came selling Girl Scout cookies. And I looked at him, I'm like, I'm going to buy 100 boxes. And my buddy's like, well, hell, I'll buy 120. And my brother's like, shit, I'll buy 150. I'm like, well, fuck, I ain't going to buy the least. I'll buy 200. When the little girl got out of my house, I bought 250 boxes. My brother bought 250 boxes, and my neighbor bought 200.
Good God.
She went outside, and the mom came on to the house and knocked on the door, and she's like, guys, I'm showing that you guys bought 700 boxes.
Oh my God.
We're like, yeah, did we not give her enough money? Oh no, the money's right, but I just want to make sure you guys are buying 700 boxes. Yeah, that's what we want. You know, bring them. There's your money. You know, no problem. And then, like 4 weeks later, she delivers all these cookies, and she goes, "I can't believe you guys bought all those." And I'm like, "Well, we were kind of drunk, and so we kind of challenged each other." So, you know, but yeah, I mean, that little girl's eyes lit up when we said, "Yeah, I'll take 250. My brother will take 250, and my neighbor will take 200."
She definitely got a free trip to space camp that year.
Yeah. I don't know what the big prize was, but I guarantee between us 3, she had to hit it.
700.
And it was funny because the very next year, I think I was the first house that little girl came to.
Mm-hmm.
She came back on day 1 the next year. How many cookies would you guys like? So that year we were sober and we only bought like 50 boxes each, you know, but we donated most of the boxes to the school, you know, the needy and stuff like that, where, you know, although some of them cookies, man, I could sit down and eat a box, but 250, that's a bit much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I need to get some Girl Scout cookies, though. I haven't had any for a couple of years. They're good.
Well, they come out, what, next month? Isn't it like February or March that they come out?
Yeah, because I have a couple sisters in there, and they I think it's coming up soon. We used to be the house that had all the cookies for like the whole troop, but my mom stopped doing that because we bought 1 billion of them. So now that's someone else's house.
Yeah, I like Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, I think I can eat them.
I like Samoa's the best, I would say.
Yeah, I like Samoa's, and then I also like are they the tagalongs, the peanut butter ones?
Oh yeah, tagalongs are good.
Yeah, I
too.
like tagalongs.
Thin mints are good with
Yeah.
ice cream. I like thin mints with ice cream, but I don't really like them that much by themselves.
There's a
See,
cookie
Bill,
I'm like,
I'm 100% against you. If I even smell mint, I want to vomit. It just makes
God.
I cannot stand the smell of mint. Do not like the taste of mint.
Oh, I love mint. I love
Oh,
mint chocolate chip ice cream.
yeah. See, I mean, you just open Pepto Bismol, that mint smell. Oh man,
I love that stuff.
oh man, it makes me vomit.
When I was a kid, my mom would have to hide Pepto Bismol because I would drink it even if I wasn't sick. I'd be like, "Oh shit!"
Drink that down as a little midnight snack.
I never had any stomach troubles, man. I'd chug that shit.
You were on the preventative.
I mean, I didn't even know. I just know that stuff tasted so good.
Yeah, no, you just open that up, man. It makes me sick. I cannot stand. And spearmint's the same way. I do not even like spearmint.
So basically, you've never been a gum chewer, huh?
Big Red and Juicy Fruit.
Oh yeah, I like Big Red.
You know what else we used to do? And you got to remember, this was back in the 70s, and I was little. And today, my dad would be in prison. But when we were 7, 8 years old, we would go buy that Big League Chew.
Oh geez,
We put a whole bunch in our mouth, and then we'd flatten it out, and we would put chewing tobacco in it, and then put it back in our mouth. And that's how we would chew. Chewing tobacco was inside our gum.
That's crazy. I do like League Chew though. I gotta admit.
Yeah, if you played in Little League, you had Big League Chew. It's kind of a rite of passage.
Yeah, I think every Little League player always chewed Big League Chew. I mean that. Now my favorite gum, and I don't know if they make it anymore. I used to love Bazooka Joe.
That shit was hard as rock.
Oh, it was hard as rock, but it had the little cartoon, so I'd always.
Yeah, that was the big selling point of it. And if you collected 500-600 of them, you could send them in for some novelty item.
Yeah, you would get a Bazooka Joe toy, or yeah. Oh yeah, I love Bazooka Joe for that. And the other gum that's terrible, but I used to love. Remember the stick of gum they used to give you in football cards, baseball cards?
Yeah, the one that snaps because it's so hard.
Yeah, it was so hard. It sat in there for a year. And
I was always a big fan of the Hubba Bubba and the Bubblicious ones. The little squares.
See, my problem was I kind of grew up poor. So I wanted ball cards, and I'd rather have the chewing gum out of a ball card than buying a pack of Hubba Bubba or something like that where, that's all you got was gum. And my dad used to get mad at us because he would have us buy cereal. And we always picked cereal by what was the best toy for the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't about the cereal. The hell with the cereal. What toy was better that week and which box of cereal? And, and I tell kids that's today. And, Brian, you're what, 22?
20.
20. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you will, the young guns, you guys got toys. When I was a kid, I got toys 3 times a year. I got it on my birthday. I got it for Christmas. And we got a little toy at Easter. If it wasn't one of those 3 holidays, we didn't get toys. I mean, my dad, we didn't get toys, So, I mean, to me, we would get our little toy out of the cereal box or,
or the Happy Meal.
Yeah, the Happy Meal.
Well, the other big one was Cracker Jacks used to have some pretty good toys until they went with nothing but tattoos.
Yeah, I was going to say, all I remember was tattoos. Occasionally you had a decoder ring or something.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what. And then I would beg my dad because you could get the decoder ring out of the little papers he would get or the news or the TV guide or that, send in $1.25 and you'll get, this or that. And I used to beg and I would save up my chore money because to me, my dad bought me every sports equipment I needed. I had baseball, basketball, football, we had all that. But I would save up my chore money and we would buy those. You remember those little plastic army men?
Yeah.
Me and my brother would set them up and then we'd take pennies and flick them. And whatever they would knock down, those would be taken out. And that's how we would play war when I was a kid. And I mean, all the time, anytime there was a coupon in something, $1.25 for 100 army men, me and my brother would put our chore money together and buy 100 of them. I think we ended up with over like 4,000 army men total, because we bought so many sets of them. And
yeah, it used to come in like the bags to go to the dollar store.
Oh yeah,
like a bag of like 20, 25 of them.
Where I work, they give those out. Like we probably have a bin of like 10,000 or something. It's crazy. I played with them when I'm bored. Just those little green guys.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
They're still around.
Because I would get the green and my brother would take the tan. He always liked the tan.
Oh, the
so
tan.
He would be the tan army and I'd be the green army, and that's what we'd play. If it was raining out and we got stuck in the house, that's what we played was army men.
Yeah, I grew up in the Atari Nintendo time, so I just played video games.
Now, you probably know the game, but the first system I ever played, my dad's friend, I don't know where he got it, but he didn't want it and he gave it to me as a gift. And it was used, but it was called ColecoVision.
Yeah, my first one was a Coleco.
And all it was a paddle and it was Pong, 10,
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, there were some good games for the Coleco. I used to play Zaxxon and Cubert.
Oh yeah.
And Time Pilot, Venture.
And then Atari come out and that was just boom.
Yeah. I can't remember which came out. I think Coleco came out just before Atari.
Coleco, if I remember right, come out in 68 and Atari come out in 74.
No, much later than that. Actually, the first one I remember was, but I never had one, and television came out in like 77, 78. That was the first one. Coleco came out like 81, 82.
Was it that? I swore to God it was earlier than that.
No, it was like really early 80s.
I remember 84 was when Nintendo come out because I had to take all my birthday money and my brother had to take all his birthday money, and we got one Nintendo and we got 2 games. That's all we got one year for Christmas.
That's enough. Oh yeah, you can make a whole year of playing Super Mario Brothers, jumping on missions.
And the one game we bought was hockey, where you had your choice. You could take the skinny guy who was really
the middle guy or the fat guy.
The middle guy who could do a little bit of both, or the fat guy who would just fight.
Yeah. In fact, I played that because I'd say about 2 weeks ago, I bought one of those like little miniature Nintendos.
Oh yeah, that has all the games on them.
Yep. And one of the games on them was ice hockey.
Yeah, that.
It probably doesn't have some of my favorite ones. Like there's no Zelda on it. There's no Final Fantasy on it.
See, I always loved Zelda when I was a kid.
Okay. So I got Zelda because I also have a Nintendo emulator on my computer here. So I use that to play some of the games I can't get on the one little Nintendo hooked up to my big screen. Plus, you can like save your progress. So like if if I want to stop it, I can just save where I'm at, and I don't have to do a thing where I die and save the game. I just save it at the spot I'm at and just come back to it later. God bless technology.
So, Brian, how's your school doing in basketball? UCF, are they any good in basketball?
To be honest, I don't know. I haven't even looked. I think they're okay though. I went to a game last year and they were pretty good. I'm so out of the loop with sports. I kind of want to get more into sports. But yeah, I got back last week and I'm getting into my classes. I'm gonna start running soon.
That's cool.
Brian, you out a couple years ago in the tournament.
Sorry,
When you guys had Taco Fall, you guys knocked my school out of the tournament.
Oh, I remember
You
Taco.
couldn't
He was
stop
like 8
Taco.
foot tall.
That sucker was huge.
He almost beat Duke the next round.
That son of a bitch was like Shaq.
Yeah. Yeah, that was almost unfair. Are you going to be free Thursday, Brian?
Thursday? I gotta wake up at like 6:30, so probably not on Thursday.
Okay, I was going to say Thursday we're doing Trivial Pursuit, and I'll have new trivia games.
Shoot, that'd be perfect. What time will it start at?
10 p.m. Eastern.
10 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I could do that.
Take a nap.
Yeah.
Take a big nap that day.
I want to make it to the game. Yeah, I'll do it. I never sleep anymore.
I didn't take a shower and get ready to go to bed. I slept
All right, Mike.
late last night, so I'm getting a little tired.
Nice to see you, buddy. I'll see you Thursday if you're free.
Sounds
See you,
good.
Mike.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too.
But yeah, Brian,
Yeah,
if you're
Mike.
free, like I said, I'm going to be I got 7 new trivia games coming, so
Get some new cards.
get you some younger questions, some easier questions.
Yes. I struggle with the other ones. What I get 3 out of 6 or something?
You know, I tell people as long as you get 1 out of 6, you're not doing bad. I mean, honestly, because especially for you, you're in your early 20s. What are you supposed to know about the 30s and 40s, entertainment or art and literature or, I mean, and let's be honest, Genesis has sports and leisure. There's not a lot of sports questions. Most of it's leisure and stuff you never heard of.
I like the 50-50 questions. Those are my favorite.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah.
But I'm hoping with these
fun.
new games, it'll bring some younger questions so that way, you younger guys have a better
The one
shot.
that you have for in the 2010s is pretty tough.
Yeah, that one, I'll tell you what. I'll be honest with you, Will. I think there's got to be 500 cards. There's got to be 3,000 questions. I bet I would be lucky to get 100 right. I mean, because I don't know this new stuff. I don't know new bands. I'll know once in a while a new TV show that I might be watching or, what's on the news maybe. But other than that, shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
My pop culture is like 0, I swear. Like songs and I never know those questions like TV shows.
Well, honest to God, and they laugh at me, but it's true. The only rap I know was Run DMC in the 80s. I don't listen to rap. I don't, if the song is new in 96 and it's not Ozzy, AC/DC, or a new one of those, I don't know. I don't know new bands. I don't listen to music. When I'm in a car, it's sports talk radio or some talk radio. I don't listen to music. And if I'm at my house and we're going to listen to music, then it's going to be Iron Maiden or AC/DC or something like that. It's not the new stuff,
Right.
Who do you listen to, Brian? Do you listen to any music?
I listen to whatever's on my radio. That's about it. I have like no taste. My sister.
I get judged by my friends because I don't have enough songs on my Spotify account.
Yeah,
you only have 2,000 songs, and I thought it was a lot, but
only 2,000. Yeah, I don't even have a Spotify account, and everyone wants to make one. I should probably make one, but yeah.
See, when I was a kid, they made fun of me because my mom and dad listened to country. Okay, so I know all the old country. But I grew up in a time where Kiss was popular and Black Sabbath, so I listened to heavy metal. So I can tell you all about the country and about the heavy metal, but if you go in the middle, I don't know the 80s bands that wasn't heavy metal or, wasn't country.
Right.
And like today, I don't. One of the funny things was my dad, when I was 7 years old, took me to my first concert. He took me to see Kiss. And then when I turned 10, he took me to see Kiss. And when I was 14, he took me to Kiss. When I was 12, he took me to Ozzy Osbourne. So I got cursed, and I have one son and 3 girls, and the girls are all younger. And so my daughter, when she was 5 years old, wanted to go see Backstreet Boys. And I'm like, I ain't going to see the Backstreet Boys. And my dad come over to the house and said, I went to Kiss. You're going to Backstreet Boys. So I had to take my 5-year-old daughter to see the Backstreet Boys in concert. And then about a year later, he made me take her to go see NSYNC. So I see both NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. But yeah, no, my dad.
Yeah, that's
my
me
dad.
with one of my. Yeah.
You see, Ty Guy, the problem with me is my parents refuse to go to rap concerts.
Right.
I tagged along once to go see Steve Miller Band because my mom wanted to see them and my dad was busy, so I had to go see that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the sad thing, obviously I know who Snoop Dogg is because he's on TV all the time, but I can't tell you one of his songs except for Gin and Juice. And I don't even know if he was the original songwriter on that song, but I know he sung Gin and Juice, but I don't know Snoop Dogg songs. I know Ice Cube because of his movies, not because of his music. I know Ice-T because of his TV appearances, not because of his music. I don't know that music. And
I'm losing you guys. I don't know what it is. I think my internet is really bad.
got bad internet tonight, do you, Brian?
Yeah,
I had to go on to data. My Wi-Fi wasn't working on my phone. And I think I left my laptop at the game. Hopefully the cops got it first. I think they probably did.
You left the laptop?
But I might be unlucky. Yeah, I left all my recording stuff because I was just running around classes today.
Same.
Because I had to do a couple meetings.
Well, hopefully the cops just have it locked up and you can pick it up tomorrow. And
yeah, that'd be a disaster, but
yeah, unfortunately, losing the computer is a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm offline.
I had to laugh. I had the privilege of yelling at my dad last week. He lost his phone. What the fuck you mean you lost your phone? That's over $1,000. You just throw it around everywhere, Dad. What are you doing? I said, ain't that what you told me when I lost my toys? I said, shit, if I ever lost something that cost $1,000, you'd have killed me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a daughter. My daughter, wow. My daughter on March 23rd is going to be 30 this year.
Is that your youngest daughter?
No. My youngest daughter will turn 30 in August.
Oh my gosh, they're all way older than me. I'm 20. Yeah.
Well, my son will turn 23.
Oh, he's only 2 years older.
So he's
only like a year and a half older than me. Okay.
Yeah, so he's down in your age, but the other ones I had them when I'm young, and everybody said, oh man, you don't want kids when you're young, but you know what? It's nice because I'm 52 and my kids are gone. You know what I mean? So it does make it nice, that my one, like I said, I went to school with this one kid that I was telling you about, the Girl Scout cookie. His youngest will graduate I think in 62. He'll be 62 when she graduates.
That's like my parents.
I'm like, dude, that's old. You know, I mean, I don't want to have worrying about kids when I'm in my 60. You know, I want to.
Won't be done. Yeah.
Is he into the Tide at all, or is he not into sports?
No, you would like him, Will. He's into soccer.
Okay, nice.
He's really soccer came to my town, and I grew up in a small town. You got to remember, soccer didn't come to my town until I was 13 years old.
Yeah, it took a while for my dad to even like consider watching soccer with me besides the World Cup.
Oh yeah, you know, and like I said, it came when I was 13, and then when I was 15, the organization came to me and said, "Look, we need coaches for little kids. Would you coach?" And I said, "Well, I'd coach if I can find an assistant because I don't, you know, I played all these other sports, so I don't know." Well, and this kid was my assistant coach, and I mean, like I said, you would like him because he kind of likes some of the other sport. I mean, he watches football and baseball, but he's really big into soccer, and you know, he loves Olympics. He watches the Olympics and stuff like that. So I mean, he does like sports, but he's not as huge into football or basketball.
Mm-hmm. Who's his team in soccer?
Arsenal.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's an Arsenal fan.
This is finally after years of suffering, we might win the league this year. After years of suffering.
See, now I picked, and I don't really follow much. I picked Man City.
You're a front runner, Ty guy.
Is Man City? I thought Man U was the big one.
Well, Man City has won 3 of the last 4.
Well, I haven't paid attention to them though in like 10 years, so I don't know.
Okay.
No,
10 years ago is when they won like their first, I believe.
I picked them back in the 90s, you know, when.
Oh, okay.
When my buddy's like, "Who are we gonna go?" And I'm like,
"Yeah, then you're fine."
Well, I'll take Man City, you know, because everybody's a Man U fan and they won everything. So hell, I'll take. And now the team I really watch, and I pay, I don't know what it is. It's like £5 a month, and I watch Wrexham, the team that Ryan Reynolds and Rob Elric, they own. I watch that team play, and that's who I'm kind of getting into. I'm hoping they can get moved up, and you know. In the NFL right now, Will, I just root for whoever has the most Bama players. Because when I grew up, I was an Oiler fan. I mean, that was my team. I loved the Oilers, you know.
There must have been a lot of Bear fans in Iowa, right?
Oh, we either had the Bears, the Vikings, the Packers, and the Chiefs. Those were the teams. You know, everybody loved them. Well, my dad was a Bama fan, and I remember cheering a little bit for the Raiders when the Raiders won the Super Bowl with Kenny Stabler. But when Kenny Stabler moved to Houston, that was my team because they had Kenny Stabler, they had Earl Campbell. So, you know, that's who I rooted for. And then we always had the kids who went with the champions, you know, the Cowboy fans or the Steeler fans because they were really good, you know.
See if this helps my Wi-Fi right here. I'll go back to my room.
Yeah, there's so many. I grew up with so many Patriot fans.
Oh, I bet.
I was annoyed. I was annoyed at them for rooting for them just because they were good.
See, my dad has always been a Bronco fan. He was always a Bronco fan until the 80s when my cousin Russ Grimm went to Washington. Then my dad became a huge Washington fan, you know, because of him. But then once he retired, he went back to liking the Broncos. You know, the Broncos was always his main team. And see, like for Iowa State, I always rooted for Iowa because I liked wrestling. It's huge in Iowa. I mean, everybody wrestles in Iowa, you know. And when I was growing up, Iowa State had a decent team, But I grew up with Dan Gable at Iowa, who, Nick Saban, Bear Bryant of wrestling, So it's kind of hard not to root for the Hawkeyes and what they did, But I had to laugh when I actually got to talk to Jeff Webster one time, just me and him, and I got to know him a little bit. And it was funny that he lived in Perry, Iowa, which was 15 minutes away from the town I grew up in, Madrid, Iowa. And we both knew so much about Ames and that. And a lot of people had problems with Jeff, and I know he was a dick to you that one time, but I miss Jeff, man.
Yeah.
But when I first got to see a picture of Jeff, that did not match the voice. For some reason, that did not match his voice. So how many shows a week are you and the Young Guns doing now?
Well, we were going to do a show tonight, but apparently, Mike and Mike and Jeffrey are they're filming something, and apparently they're still filming it. So I don't know. We might not do a show tonight.
When are you going to do trivia again?
I don't know. Maybe soon. I'll come up with the questions.
You have a channel, Will?
Do you want to play?
Me?
Do you want to play? If you tell me a day you want it, I'll come up with like I did tonight, but nothing but, college football, because that's what you guys are doing. If you want, I'll come up with a show for you guys. I don't have a problem doing it. Because like I said, I can do a show in about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I can come up with 61 questions. But if you let me know, at least a day ahead of time, so I know what's going on, I can come up with a show for you. And that way you could play too, Or unless you want to host it, I don't care. You can do the questions.
I'm impressed you can write all the questions every week and not run out of questions. That's good.
It's hard because I got to keep remembering which ones we've had, and
right. It gets harder every time.
And that's kind of why you'll see, like I do, the Cowboys. Okay, so the Cowboys are done. We did Washington, so they're done. I keep
right. You can keep better track.
I can keep doing different teams and stuff like that. Like tonight, we did the Big 8, the ACC. So now I can do the Big 12 and and just there's a lot of questions. It's just you got to keep track of which ones did we ask, which ones,
Right. I saw last week you did bowling or something.
Yeah. And if you notice, last week's bowling and this week's World Cup, they were probably the easiest categories because I know a lot of people don't know them. So I try to pick a category and at least have questions that everybody would know. Mm-hmm. Last week I screwed up and those questions were hard in the second round.
Yeah, Brian. So we do me and a couple of my buddies, we do a college football and college basketball show, but we've been doing some NFL too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian, if you get a chance, they're called the Young Guns. Check them out. They're really.
Yeah, it's youtube.com/CFB Young Guns or I think it's @ and then CFB Young Guns.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. CFB Young Guns?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's called Young Guns, but if you it's hard to search up. We sometimes don't show up if you just search up Young Guns.
Yeah, if you search Young Guns, then you get the movie.
Oh, yeah.
I'll link it in the private chat.
And the cool thing, Brian, is they're all your age and they know a boatload about sports. I mean,
that's cool. I know nothing, but it'll still be fun to check out. Just like this channel. I don't know anything, but I just jumped in.
Well, this channel, I was starting out, I was going to do sports. And then I'm like, you know what? Everybody's doing sports. So I'll just do a sports trivia. And then I got Trivial Pursuit. And I'm like, let's just have fun. I'll ask questions and, just come in and joke and talk. And, this is more for fun than anything else. And
yeah, it's perfect. I don't know why I found this channel. It just came up, but I like
Well,
it.
and that's weird because I have another gentleman. You probably saw him on here. The Vital Message.
Yeah.
He came on a week after you came on, and he's like, I don't know how I found your show, but I'm glad I did. I have fun over here, you know. And
Right.
I
Yeah.
go over to his channel, and his channel ain't nothing like anything I would normally go to, you know. And but it's cool, you know. And I told him, I said, I don't know how you found him, you know. And that was like when you come on the first day and said, I'll come in if Joey will announce me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm like, Joey, who the hell is it? He wants you to announce him. So obviously you know who he is, you know. I said, I think I've seen him before, but I'm not sure, you know. And you kept coming around. And it's like,
And then I hopped on.
we got you to hop on. And,
Yeah.
you know, and last Thursday, I had the pizza woman. And she hopped on and answered some questions. And I had another kid, John, who really did not want to come on. He was embarrassed because he stutters. And I told him, I don't care. If anybody makes fun of you, I'll kick him out. I said, I'm a Marine. I don't believe in bullying. You know, I joined the Marines to fight for those who can't fight for themselves. I said, I ain't going to put up with bullying. You know, I said, don't worry about it, you know. And he come in and he played and he had a good time. And I told, you know, and that's what I tell people in the audience. Go 0 for 6. We're not going to make fun of you. We're all, you know, I mean.
Right.
Because honestly, and I mean, most of the people who come on this show, you guys are all college grads or college students. I'm a freaking jarhead, okay? I ain't college educated. I'm not that smart, you know? I mean, and I tell people, you know, don't be embarrassed. If you go 0 for 6, you go 0 for 6. Who cares? Just come in and have fun.
I'm glad I did. I'm glad I hopped on that one time.
You know, I guarantee you, if I would ship the 2010 to 2020 cards to Will or Joe, and you guys asked me them, you guys would all laugh at me because I don't know any of them, you know? I mean, but that's what I tell people. Yeah, this is a Jeopardy show, and yeah, Thursday's a trivia show and that, but it's more about, you know, just making friends, having fun, and, you know.
It's cool finding random people find it and then hop on. Like, it's nice.
But it's like I told Pizza Woman on Thursday when she came in. I said it's easier to answer the questions when you're off a camera in the audience. But when I ask you the question, you know, and it's just you, you're a little nervous and you get, you know, and I said it's a lot harder when I ask you the questions. And it's like everything else. I can ask you 6 questions and you'll only get 1 right. But Will know 5 out of the 6. And then I give Will a card, and he goes 1 out of 6, and you'll know 5 of his. You know, it's always easier.
It's always like that, yeah.
Everybody else gets an easier card than you.
I know.
But this is kind of a nice way to learn stuff, too. You know, I mean, you come in and you pick up some. And I'm really glad I started doing it because it don't sound like Traveling Fools is going to go back to trivia.
Yeah.
Because now he's got his new show that he's doing, and
it's interesting. But the thing is, with when school starts back, it's hard to get on Traveling Fools' show because it starts so late.
Well, the problem with Traveling Fools is, you're right. He'll start at like 11 or midnight Eastern or 1 a.m. Eastern, and shit. This week, I think we were on until 4:30. The one day, me, him, and Missy and somebody else was on there, and we finally looked at the clock, and it was 5:30 in the morning.
That happened.
And it's like, dude, I'm an old man. I got to go to bed. I'm supposed to be up here in an hour or 2. And like you said, with you doing school, hell, it's hard to stay up until.
Yeah, my sleep schedule is so bad. I'm like nocturnal now.
Well, the weird thing is now, I haven't been sleeping in. I've been waking up like at the normal time even if I go to sleep late. That's what's been going on with me lately.
I should try that.
Yeah.
I subbed to, I think it's the right one. 2022 CFB